Friends, this story comes from a terrifying small American town called Black Hollow, where people still refuse to drive along the old highway after midnight. Because every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., a black school bus appears on the road, and anyone who sees it is never found again the next morning. This is not just another fake internet horror story, because in 1996, 11 children mysteriously disappeared from that road without a trace, and their bodies were never found. Now the story begins. Ryan was a paranormal YouTuber famous for exploring haunted locations. His channel was growing rapidly online. One night, while browsing deep internet forums, he discovered the legend of Black Hollow Road. At first, he laughed it off as another fake urban myth. But after reading old police reports and missing person files, his expression completely changed. Every report repeated the same sentence again and again. Witness saw a black school bus before disappearance. That same night, Ryan decided to investigate the road himself. At 1:40 a.m., he arrived at Black Hollow in his Jeep. Thick fog covered the highway while endless dark forests surrounded both sides of the road. The entire area felt unnaturally silent. Even his phone had completely lost signal. Beside the road stood an old rusted warning sign, Black Hollow Road closed after midnight, and underneath someone had written another message in red paint. Don't look inside the bus. Ryan laughed nervously. Perfect clickbait. He turned on his camera and started recording his vlog. Guys, tonight we're exploring one of the most haunted roads in America. But suddenly his camera began glitching violently. Static covered the screen. Then very softly, he heard children laughing somewhere nearby. Ryan immediately stopped talking. Slowly he turned around, but nobody was there. Then suddenly 2 yellow headlights appeared far down the road. Slowly, an old school bus emerged through the fog. The bus had no school name painted on it, only 2 words written across the front in large black letters. Last ride. Ryan's heartbeat immediately accelerated. The bus slowly stopped directly in front of him. Inside the bus there was complete darkness. But then, faces slowly became visible behind the windows. Children, dozens of silent children staring directly at Ryan. Their eyes were completely black, and their skin looked rotten and decayed like they had been dead for years. Even though terrified, Ryan stepped closer while holding the camera. Then slowly the bus driver lifted his head, and Ryan's blood instantly froze, because the driver had no face at all, only darkness. And inside that darkness, 2 glowing white eyes. Then the bus door slowly opened by itself. Cree-eek. Every child inside the bus whispered together at the same time. Ryan, get inside quickly. She's coming. Ryan stepped backward nervously. Who's coming? But then, from somewhere deep inside the forest, he heard the sound of a woman crying. Slowly. Closer. And closer. Ryan pointed his flashlight toward the trees, and his blood instantly turned cold. A tall woman stood silently between the trees. Her arms nearly touched the ground. Long black hair covered her face completely, and her neck bent sideways at an impossible angle. Then suddenly, the woman dropped onto all 4 limbs and sprinted toward Ryan like an animal. Ryan screamed and jumped inside the bus. The moment he entered, the bus doors slammed shut by themselves. Boom! The next second, the woman started smashing her hands against the windows from outside. Bang, bang, bang! Her glowing white eyes stared directly inside. Then slowly the faceless driver began moving the bus forward. But then the most horrifying thing happened. The bus was no longer driving on the road. It was floating. Outside the windows, the forest had completely disappeared. There was only darkness, endless darkness beneath them. Ryan panicked. Let me out! But the children inside the bus slowly began laughing. One small girl walked toward Ryan. Her skin looked pale blue, and water dripped from her clothes. Then softly she whispered, "It's too late now." Ryan looked outside the window again, and his entire body trembled in horror. There was no road outside anymore, only thousands of shadowy people standing in the darkness, staring up at the bus. Every single one of them had glowing white eyes. Then suddenly, every light inside the bus shut off at once. Complete darkness filled the vehicle. Only the driver's glowing eyes remained visible. Then the driver slowly spoke. "Next stop." And from the very last seat in the bus, someone whispered Ryan's name. But the voice did not sound human.